Imagine a decades-old murder solved because someone took a DNA test for fun, or a cold case cracked by AI analyzing coffee shop receipts. Sounds like sci-fi, right? But this is real life in 2025. The world of true crime is being flipped upside down by technology we use every day. Doorbell cameras, DNA kits, even parking tickets. Killers from the past never saw this coming. Now the smallest digital trace can bring justice decades later. So, get ready. I'm about to share 10 recently solved cold cases that prove truth is stranger than fiction. These stories are wild, unexpected, and all too real. From AI detectives to accidental TikTok sleuths, no secret stays buried in the digital age. Let's dive in. Our first case starts in 1983. Sarah Mitchell, a 19-year-old college student, vanished after work. Her car was in the driveway, purse and keys untouched. No struggle, no clues, just gone. For 40 years, her disappearance haunted her family and baffled police. The case went cold, files archived, hope faded. Fast forward to 2025, Jessica, living hundreds of miles away, takes a DNA ancestry test. She's just curious about her roots, but her DNA flags a match to a degraded sample from under Sarah's fingernails. Evidence that had sat useless for decades. Investigators build Jessica's family tree and find the link. Her father, Sarah's cousin, who'd always played the grieving relative. Confronted with the evidence, he confesses. An unwanted advance, a struggle, a panicked crime. One innocent DNA test finally brings justice for Sarah Mitchell, ending a 40-year nightmare. In 1987, rookie cop Jake Morrison became a local hero investigating the murder of journalist Emma Rodriguez. He built his career on the case, always claiming it haunted him. Decades later, new forensic tech and AI re-examined the evidence. Microscopic fibers on Emma's clothes match police uniforms from Morrison's precinct. AI flags inconsistencies in Morrison's reports and patrol logs. The truth unravels. Morrison, the hero cop, was the killer all along. Emma was investigating police corruption. He silenced her to protect himself. The badge he wore with pride was a mask for murder. In 1994, Margaret Chen vanished from her home. No evidence, no leads, just a neighbor, Arthur, who always seemed off. For 25 years the case was cold. Arthur stayed next door, living his quiet, odd life. In 2019, a new family moves in and installs a Ring doorbell camera. For 6 years, it records everything, including Arthur's routines. In 2025, a detective revisits the case and asks for any security footage. The family hands over years of archives. AI analyzes the audio and catches Arthur muttering in his backyard, confessing to killing Margaret and burying her under his rose bushes. The Ring doorbell, installed decades after the crime, captured the confession that finally solved the mystery. Dean's Heads, Portland, 1979-82. The downtown strangler terrorized the city, leaving no evidence, just fear and unsolved murders. In 2025, the city digitizes old records, including parking tickets. An analyst cross-references murder dates with parking violations. AI finds a pattern. Harold Finch, an accountant obsessed with legal parking, got tickets near every murder scene. His compulsive need to avoid towing left a digital trail that 40 years later led police straight to the killer. In the 1980s, Bobby Sunshine was a beloved children's TV host. In 1985, he and his assistant supposedly died in a fiery car crash. Decades later, facial recognition AI scanning social media matches a photo of two men in Mexico to the missing assistant, and Bobby himself, alive and well. Turns out Bobby had been embezzling money. He killed his assistant, staged the crash and fled to Mexico. For 40 years, the man who taught kids about honesty lived a lie, caught at last by a tagged Instagram photo. In 1988, mob accountant Vincent, the calculator Torino, vanished before testifying, presumed murdered by the mob. Fast forward to 2025, a beloved Kansas math teacher dies and his fingerprints are run as a formality. The system lights up. He's Vincent Torino. He'd faked his own disappearance, created a new identity, and lived quietly for decades. The mob didn't get him. He got himself out, hiding in plain sight until his death revealed the truth. In the 1990s, Chicago's midnight caller taunted police with distorted phone calls after each murder. The case went cold. In 2025, a new AI audio forensic tool analyzes the old tapes, isolating background sounds, an elevated train, a factory whistle. By mapping these unique noises, the AI pinpoints the killer's apartment building. DNA confirms the resident as the killer. The AI didn't just hear the voice, it heard the world around the killer and solved the case. In 1999, 10-year-old Timothy Walsh vanished. The case went cold for 26 years. In 2025, TikTok influencer @CrimeTimeChloe flies a drone over the woods where Timothy's backpack was found, spotting a remote cabin and a gaunt man. She posts the footage. Her followers use facial recognition and match the man to an age-progressed photo of Timothy. Police raid the cabin and find Timothy alive, held captive for decades. A TikTok drone meant for spooky content accidentally solved the kidnapping and exposed a trafficking network. In 1993, Patricia Hawkins was found dead. Her ex-husband Mark convicted of her murder. He died in prison, always claiming innocence. In 2025, new forensic tech reveals Patricia faked her death with a compound that mimicked poisoning and wrote her own diary to frame Mark. She lived under a new identity for decades. When Mark died, guilt overwhelmed her. She took her own life with the same poison. A woman who faked her death to frame her ex ended up dying for real decades later from the lie she created. In 1986, 3 elderly women from a knitting circle died mysteriously. The case went cold until 2025. New fiber analysis links all deaths to a unique hand-spun yarn. The yarn matches a blue ribbon shawl made by Dorothy Chen, the group's sweetest member. At 102, Dorothy confesses jealousy drove her to kill her friends with her knitting needle, leaving behind just enough deadly yarn to get caught 40 years later. Technology didn't just solve these cases. It showed the truth was hiding in plain sight all along. Doorbells, DNA kits, parking tickets, and social media are turning cold cases into hot leads. Every digital trace is potential evidence. Privacy? It's becoming an illusion. Which case shocked you most? Are you Team AI Detective or Team TikTok Sleuth? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Subscribe for more wild true crime stories. Next week we'll cover a serial killer caught by facial recognition in witness protection. Until then, stay curious, stay safe, and remember, in 2025 anything can be evidence, even your parking tickets.